I'm Sreerupa, your PTE coach from Y-Axis Coaching. Welcome to my PTE tip of the day. In today's video, I will take care of reorder paragraph, one of the 5 task types that you have when it comes to your PTE reading test. And as you know, every task type has got its due weightage, and we have to give equal importance to each and every task type. Now, so what is meant by reordered paragraph? So you get around 2 to 3 such questions, maximum 3 and minimum 2. So on the left hand side of the computer screen, you will have 5 sentences, like the way I have written over here for you. And on the day of the examination, you will have the word source written. So there will be 5 sentences which are grammatically correct sentences, but these sentences will not be chronologically sequential. And as a test taker, your task is to rearrange or reorder the sentences in such a way so that a coherent paragraph is being formed. That is your task. Okay. Now, so let us understand a few things. What is a paragraph generally comprised of? A paragraph will be having several sentences, but obvious, there will be a topic sentence having supporting sentences, and the topic sentence and the supporting sentences will be conveying a single theme, the same theme. And that exactly happens when it comes to our reordered paragraph. So as a test taker, on the day of the examination, you will have this option. You can drag and drop the sentences so that on the right hand side, where you will have the word target written, the sentences will be chronologically sequential, and therefore a paragraph will be formed having all the sentences in the right order. Okay. Now, if you ask me the weightage that we have for reordered paragraph questions, each question will be having a weightage of 4 marks. So you get 5 sentences and you get 1 mark for 1 correct pair. And that's how it sums up to 4 points. So the total weightage that you have for your reorder paragraph will be something like this. If you have 2 questions, 8 marks, and 3 questions, 12 marks. And remember, reading test, PT reading test can be a little bit tricky because time management is definitely something that we have to take care of. The entire test, for the entire test, you have around 29 to 32 minutes. And none of the task types, none of the question is individually timed. So how many minutes you will give to one question is totally up to you. So my advice will be, when it comes to your reorder paragraph, make sure that you do not give more than 2 minutes. And within 2 minutes, you have to make sure that the sentences are taken to the right boxes so that the coherent paragraph is being formed. Now, what exactly should we do? So always remember, first step is to figure out which sentence will help you begin the story, as in which sentence is a suitable sentence, a topic sentence which can be regarded as an introduction of the rest of the sentences. So the rest of the sentences should definitely be connected to the topic sentence. So first task is to figure out the topic sentence. Now, what do I mean by topic sentence? A topic sentence should be such a sentence which can stand on its own. Okay, it should definitely have the subject mentioned. So you have to look for a sentence which can stand on its own, having the subject mentioned, and just figuring out the topic sentence is not enough. You have to look for a suitable pair, because we will get 1 point for one correct pair. Okay. Now, where do test takers go wrong? Sometimes it becomes a little bit challenging because the timer is running down. Sometimes it becomes a little bit challenging to figure out the correct topic sentence. And at this juncture, let me tell you, your rule of grammar will help you. Okay. Logical reasoning will help you, because I have to make sure that the coherent paragraph, the sentences should be connected to each other, right? That's what we are looking for, right? Now, so today let us focus on how the article approach helps us. Fine. Now, what is meant by article? Article definitely is a reference word. Okay. There are two types of articles: definite article and indefinite article. So the is known as a definite article, a or an is an indefinite article. Now, going by the rule of grammar, when we refer to someone or something for the first time, we make use of the indefinite article a or an. And when we have to refer to the same thing again, definitely we supplant or replace the indefinite article a or an with the definite article the. So when you have 5 such sentences, okay, and you're now trying to figure out which sentence should be the topic sentence, okay, or trying to figure out the logical progression of the ideas, how the sentences are connected to each other, the article approach will definitely play its due role. So when we have the same noun, and in one of these 5 sentences, a or an has been used to refer to that noun. And in another sentence, we are having the referring to the same noun. Then obviously we'll understand that the sentence having a or an referring to that noun will feature first, and then the sentence having the definite article the should be there. Okay. Now, I have an example over here to make things better for you, to help you understand in a better way, more clearly. Okay. So look, over here, sentence number 1. This repeated test is a defensive feature which the plant produces to prevent animals like us from destroying it. This is how exactly sentence number 1 reads. Next sentence: apple, cherry, and apricot seeds are not considered to be edible. Okay, sentence number 2. Sentence number 3 reads like this: it comes from a chemical compound called amidine. Sentence number 4, the chemical compound turns into cyanide when it comes into contact with acids in the human digestive system. And sentence number 5 says, they are hard, bitter, and unpleasant. So as a test taker, what should be your first step? You have to read all the sentences to get a clear understanding of the story. And then the question should be, who or what are we talking about? So what are we talking about over here? Okay. So the sentence which can stand on its own, which has a subject mentioned, will come first. So over here it is pretty clear. The topic sentence is nothing but apple, cherry, and apricot seeds are not considered to be edible. What are we talking about? Apple, cherry, and apricot seeds. Now on the day of the examination, what you can do is simply drag and drop. So you will drag and drop, and number 2 comes over here. Okay, now what do we know about apple, cherry, and apricot seeds? That they are not edible. So your subject, verb and object rule also helps you. Okay. Now, so you have to look for it. The next sentence has to either talk about apple, cherry and apricot seeds or more information regarding this, that the very fact these seeds are not edible. Okay. Now, so over here, what do we see? Let us take a look at the other sentences. This beta test is a defensive feature. Now, when I look at this one, this beta test, the question is, which beta test is this talking about? So definitely this first sentence cannot be the next sentence. Okay, this is already decided. This is a topic sentence. Next one, it comes from a chemical compound. So over here we have the pronoun it. Now what does the rule of pronoun say? Pronoun has to refer to its antecedent. So when I see this sentence, it comes from a chemical compound called amygdalin. The question that should come in the mind over here is that it means what? So definitely this also cannot be the second sentence. Okay, the chemical compound turns into cyanide when it comes into contact with acids in the human digestive system. And the last one is they are hard, bitter and unpleasant. So now I understand that this sentence, the fifth one, should be the next sentence. So I get one correct pair. So let us read it once again. Apple, cherry and apricot seeds are not considered to be edible. They. So they, this pronoun they is referring to the seeds. They are hard, bitter and unpleasant. Okay. So 2, 5, done. Now down to 3. Let us see how the story sets from. So this beta test, okay, is a defensive feature which the plant produces to prevent animals like us destroying it. So that we don't destroy it is bitter. Okay. Now in the previous sentence, it said that they are hard, bitter and unpleasant. So definitely it makes sense now. So after 2, 5, it should be 1. Because in the previous sentence, in the object, it's already written over here. So this is subject, they, verb, okay. This is subject, verb and object. So we know that they are hard, bitter and unpleasant. The next sentence has to give us more information regarding either the subject or the object. So now we got to know that this beta test is a defensive feature which prevents animals from destroying it. Okay, now we are down to 3 and 4. Okay, it comes from a chemical compound called amygdalin versus the chemical compound turns into cyanide when it comes into contact with acids in the human digestive system. Now the question is, which one should I go for? And at this juncture, it is your article approach which will help you. Okay, so look at number 3. It comes from a chemical compound, any chemical compound. So I'm referring to one chemical compound, any chemical compound. So the indefinite article A has been used. Okay, and now look at the next sentence, the chemical compound. So this indefinite article A has been supplanted by the definite article the over here. So this article approach makes it very evident to us that first we will have 3 and then we should go for 4. Okay, so it comes from a chemical compound called amygdalin, the chemical compound. So when we have the specific article the, it means that it is referring to the same chemical compound. Just because we are referring to it for the second time, the indefinite article has been replaced by the definite article the. So now after figuring out the 251. Now, if I have any such doubt, like which one should I go for? Should I go for 4 or should I go for 3 now? It is the article approach which will come to your rescue, and accordingly, we should go for 3 and 4. So in this way, grammar does play a very, very important role when it comes to your reorder paragraph. So be thorough with the rules of grammar, please. Revise the rules of article, then connect discourse markers, okay? How discourse markers help you to have a clear understanding regarding the progression of ideas. So everything has got a role to play when it comes to reordered paragraph. Your knowledge of grammar, knowing the rules help you, as also your logical reasoning. Now, let us read the story which has been formed. So the first sentence is 2. Apple, cherry, and apricot seeds are not considered to be edible. Okay. Now, what more do we know about these seeds? Number 5. They are hard, bitter, and unpleasant. They is referring to the seeds. Okay. Next, number 1. This bitter test. Now, in the previous sentence, it has already been said that they are bitter. So, this bitter test is a defensive feature which the plant produces to prevent animals from destroying them. Okay. Fine. Makes sense. Now, we have number 3. It comes. Now, what comes? The bitter test comes from a chemical compound called amygdalin, and finally the chemical compound turns into cyanide, okay, when it comes into contact. So now 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, this is the correct order. So when I write in this order, when I drag and drop, I will get 4 out of 4. Okay, in the next video, I will explain how exactly computer grader gives you the score for correct adjacent pairs. So let us now understand, and we have already understood, I'm sure, how important it is to know the rules of grammar, which includes everything, knowing that pronoun refers to its antecedent, article approach, when do we use definite article the, when do we make use of indefinite article a or an. Every rule has a good role to play. So please brush up on certain concepts of grammar, which I've already mentioned. Give your best. Take some time out for practice every day, at least 1 hour, and I'm sure you will ace your PTE academic examination. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure this will help you have a better understanding when it comes to your PTE reading module, a very important task type, that is reorder paragraph. So all the best, take care, and I will meet you soon with another video shortly. Bye-bye.